Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Switzerland for the 2024 VRC 8-Scale Nitro Sports Car World Championship. Here's your A-Main lineup. I'm Mike Garrison to bring you the action, looking for the tone to sound. And we're off and underway. Mirko Salemi going to be leading us out here, your top qualifier after some intense qualifying action here in our 8-Scale Sports Car class. Off and running here in this one, a difficult racetrack here, and these guys, I tell you what, they have been fighting tooth and nail. Lap after lap throughout qualifying, and here we go for lap number one. It looks like, trouble there for Mirko Salemi. Salemi getting up on the inside curb, puts it in the grass. That's going to cost him some time there as he drops to the back of the field here in this one. Rasquin going to be out front leading the way now. Martin Wollanka up in the number 2 spot. Wiktor Smid in the 3 spot here in this one. A lot of racing left to go here for these drivers. A 20-minute race here. Back to the infield once again. Here is your race leader right there, Tim Rasquin, as he works his way back onto the right-hand side of the racetrack. Coming back to the infield right now, 0.6 of a second back from him is going to be Martin Wollanka, VRC World Champion in former years here. Wiktor Smid in that number 3 spot. Wiktor has come on strong here. Oh, what a move right there. Wiktor Smid dives to the inside of Martin Wollanka right there. Just as I say, he has come on strong here for the 2024 VRC World Championships in a lot of different classes. Smid winning a couple World Championships already, and he's looking for an 8-Scale Sports Car World Championship. Oh, what a line right there. Just saved it through the grass. Back and forth through the chicane section, back on the left-hand side. Smid going to be 5. Oh, big mistake right there for Smid. Smid getting a bit wide there, catches the grass, loses traction in the rear end, spins out on him. Smid trying to come back on the track there. It looks like Wollanka going to go on by, and I believe that is going to be Victor Loven going on by as well, up in the number 3 spot now. A 13.946 last time by there for Rasquin. Jumping back in the field here, it looks like there's Nitro. Nitro in the number 5 spot, Pirelli in the 6th spot, Gayson, Billy Cayley in the 8th spot, Mirko Salemi in the number 9 spot now. A lot of racing left to go here in this one. Billy Cayley, another one. We've seen him in a lot of the VRC action here for 2024 and in previous years as well. He wrapped up an 8-Scale E-Buggy World Championship win just a short time ago here for the 2024 VRC World Championships. Back out front. Trouble for your race leader. Kevin Rasquin going round and round there. Catches the inside curve there, a little slow-mo action. As you can see, no corner marshal needed, but that's going to allow Martin Wollanka up into the number 1 spot now. Back to the infield they go, and look here, we got Wiktor Smid in the number 3 spot. Nitro in that 4 spot, Pirelli in the 5 spot. Gayson, Salemi, Loven, and Cayley. Tell you what, Mirko Salemi, your top qualifier. He had that bobble on lap number 1, dropped him back to the back of the field. He is still sitting in the 7th place spot right now, but it's still anybody's race. We're 2:50 into this one, a 20-minute race here for these drivers. Taking a look here at your race leader, Martin Wollanka. He's got a 0.7 of a second lead right now on Rasquin in the number 2 spot. Wiktor Smid has worked his way back up to the number 3 spot. Now, all 3 of these drivers have led this race at some point already into this one. We've seen some intense back and forth action. Only 3:15 into this one. Through the chicane they go, back around here. Rasquin going to be in the number 2 spot. Wollanka going to be out front, 0.9 of a second ahead of him right now. Last time by the line, a 13.890 for Martin Wollanka. Martin Wollanka on a move here in this one, the orange and white. He has stretched his lead out to almost 1 second now. 3:30 in. Back down the front stretch into the infield they go. Wollanka right now is starting to stretch out his lead just a little bit, 0.1 of a second at a time. I tell you what, this is a difficult racetrack, very technical course. And as you can see, these drivers, some narrow lines, trying to get through the chicane, making a straight line through it there. 14.1 last time by the line. Nitro with a 13.944 in lap number 9, his fastest lap of the race. So he's running lap times up there with the front of the pack. Nitro sitting in 7th right now. He's going to be 0.3 of a second back from your top qualifier, Mirko Salemi, who has worked his way back up to 6th. Big mistake right there. Just as I say that, Nitro catches that inside curve, gets up on 2 wheels, and spins that car around. He's on the grass, comes back onto the racetrack. No corner marshal needed. However, still valuable time lost. Rasquin, Wiktor Smid with a 13.7. He's all over the back door. Rasquin now coming down the front stretch. Down they go onto the right side into the chase cam. Back through the chicane. You can see this right here shows exactly how fast these cars are going and how much control these drivers actually have. Back onto the left-hand side of the racetrack they go, switching back around, and looks like Wiktor Smid into pit lane. 4:45 into this one, he makes pit stop number 1. Smid coming in a bit earlier than the rest of the drivers. He is in and out of pit lane. Here comes Rasquin. Rasquin through the chicane. He's coming into pit lane now this time by. He was 1.1 seconds back from Wollanka. Wollanka in for fuel as well. Wollanka in and out. Good pit stop for him. Here comes Smid now. Smid down the front stretch. He's going to dive right back in behind Kevin. Back into the infield they go here. 1.4 seconds. Mirko Salemi has now taken over the lead. However, he has not made his pit stop yet, so Salemi should be in pit lane here. As they come back around, there is Gayson coming out of pit lane. I believe he is in the 8th or 9th place spot here in this one. 5:30 into this race. Still a lot of racing left to go. 15:30 to go. And a little mistake there for Wiktor Smid. Smid getting up on 2 wheels there. These drivers trying to gain hundredths and tenths of a second at a time here. Getting a little close to the curb there. So Smid had closed the gap up on Rasquin. Not able to make the move. Rasquin now all over the back door here of Martin Wollanka. Slow-mo action through the infield here. Rasquin looking to the inside. Wollanka closes the door. Back through the chicane on the left side they go. This is going to be a close one here. Rasquin looking at the inside. Wollanka holding him off right now. Wollanka not letting the pressure get to him. Back around to the front stretch. Down through the chicane they go. Back around. We'll see what the lap times are this time around. Looks like Wiktor Smid now going to be 2.5 seconds back from your race leaders. So Rasquin taking over the number 1 spot. Wollanka in the 2 spot. Smid in the 3. Loven up to 4th now from 10th on the grid. Pierrella in the number 5 spot. Salemi, Nadribo, Billy Cayley, and Ben Gayson. Your running order. And right now we're looking at our second place driver here. Rasquin as he works his way back around. Kevin going to be 1 second back from Martin Wollanka. Wollanka back to the front here in this one. 6:45 into this race. We've still got several pit stops left to go, which could change things up. As they come back around here, back through the chicane. Last time by the line, they were 1.004 seconds apart. This time by, we'll see what it's going to be, 1.052. And now we took a look here at Pierrella. Pierrella in the number 5 spot, qualified 5th, and is sitting in the 5th place spot. In that all-yellow car, white wheels back to the chicane. Back and forth onto the left-hand side of the racetrack. Down around to the front stretch. Last time by the line, a 14.3. A good lap there for Pierrella. Chasing down Mirko Salemi. So Salemi, your top qualifier, has worked his way up into the number 4 spot now. 7:35 into this one. Here is Martin Wollanka. We've got a battle for the lead once again. Martin Wollanka and Rasquin going back and forth at it down the front stretch, side by side. Rasquin up to the inside. Wollanka dropping back to the number 2 spot now here in this one. Back through the switchbacks they go. Martin Wollanka and Kevin dives to the inside. He takes it back from him. Wollanka drops back to second. Wollanka back to the lead now. Back down the front stretch side by side again. And here comes Wiktor Smid. Wiktor Smid getting himself into the mix once again here in this one. Smid is only going to be 1 second back from this intense battle for first and second. Back down the front stretch they go. That time by the line, 13.9 for your race leader. Kevin out front here in this one. Martin in the number 2 spot. Wiktor in 3rd. Mirko in 4th. Pierrella in the number 5 spot. Loven, Nadribo, Cayley, and Gayson. 8:30 into this race now. These two drivers nose to tail, chasing themselves around. Martin trying to make a move here. Wollanka makes the move. Martin Wollanka up in the number 1 spot now. That's going to drop Rasquin back on the number 2 spot here. And Rasquin with a line right through the chicane there. Catches a bit of grass on that. Trouble for Martin Wollanka. Wollanka tries to take the spot back from him. Catches the inside curb. Goes round and around there. Loses the rear end. And that hands over the lead there. Smid now up into the number 2 spot. So Martin Wollanka hands it over to Kevin. Wiktor in the 2 spot. Martin the 3rd. Mirko Salemi in the 4 spot. Pierrella in the 5. Nadribo, Loven, Cayley, and Gayson. Still your running order. Here is Wiktor Smid as he is turning up the heat now. Last time by the line, a 13.8. His fast lap of the race, a 13.7. Here he comes down the front stretch. He crossed the line that time with a 14.0. Now, as you can see, the chase cam here. Smid gaining tenths of a second on Rasquin in the number 1 spot. And Wiktor Smid in for fuel. Pit stop number 2 here for your number 2 driver. This is going to change things up a bit here. Wiktor Smid in and out. Good pit stop for him there. Here comes your race leader. We'll see if Kevin comes in this time. Through the chicane, he goes on by. Kevin going on around here. Martin Wollanka in that 2 spot once again. Matthias Nadribo up to 4th. Salemi in 5th. Pit stops are going to change that. Keep that in mind as Wiktor Smid has already made his pit stop. A very different pit strategy here for Wiktor Smid. Here comes Rasquin. And Wollanka. First and second into pit lane here for second pit stop. In and out they go. Here comes Wiktor Smid. Smid up into the number 2 spot now. Just ahead of, I believe that's going to be Wollanka. Matthias Nadribo up into the 2 spot. He should be pitting this time by, which is going to drop him back. And there he goes, into pit lane. So that's going to move Wiktor Smid back up into second. Wollanka to third. Nadribo will drop to 4th, 5th. Salemi in the 5 spot now. 10:35 into this one, just past the halfway mark. Back to the chase cam we go, down the front stretch. Wiktor Smid, 9/10 of a second back from Kevin Rasquin. Through the switch back onto the left-hand side, back around. Oh, Bigman, what a save! Holy cow! Wiktor Smid, he drove out of that one like he meant to do it. That was an incredible save right there for Wiktor Smid. He spun a full 360 coming onto the front stretch, saves it, loses only a few tenths of a second, but Martin Wollanka, he smells blood in the water. He is chasing him down now. Martin Wollanka 11:15 into this one. He's closed that gap up, only 2/10 of a second back here. Salemi in 4th, Nadribo in 5th, Woven, Pierella, Cayley, and Gayson. 11:30 down here. Here comes Wollanka. Through the chicane they go. Last time by the line, Martin Wollanka at a 14:1. His fast lap of this race is a 13:8. We'll see what he's got this time by. That time by the line for Wollanka was a 14:0. He's going to gain about a 1/10 of a second on Wiktor Smid here. Smid is going to be 1.4 seconds back from Rasquin. Back through the infield. Once again, they're going to be coming up on some lap traffic. We'll see if that plays a part at all here in this one. Back around here, 8 minutes to go in this race. It is go time here for these drivers. Your top 3 drivers separated by less than 2 seconds here in this one. Look at the consistency on your lap times there on the bottom left of your screen for Martin Wollanka. 14:0, 14:0, 14:0, 14:1, 14:0. 5 laps in a row with near identical lap times. Wollanka right now chasing down Wiktor Smid. He's dropped back just a bit, 6/10 of a second. He's got Pierella just ahead of him there. He's going to be a lap ahead of him. Oh, little mistake there for Wollanka. Wollanka trying to get by Pierella here. Goes a bit wide through that chicane, catches the grass section. Slows him down just a bit here. Back around here onto the front side. Your race leader, Kevin Rasquin. Out front here, 9/10 of a second ahead of Wiktor Smid in the number 2 spot. There's Smid as he's working his way back around here. 13 minutes into this one now. Back around Smid, 1 second back from your race leader. Martin Wollanka, 6.6 seconds back in 3rd now. So Wollanka dropping back a bit here. Victor Loven up to 4th. Matthias Nadribo in the 5 spot. And there you see Smid working his way by Gayson. And the race leader just ahead of him there. Wiktor Smid has turned it up here. They've got Billy Cayley between them. Down the front stretch they go here. Kevin Rasquin, last time by the line. Only going to be 4/10 of a second now ahead of Wiktor Smid. Smid back through the chicane onto the left side, coming down the front stretch now. This time by the line, they are going to be 4/10 of a second again. So Smid trying his hardest, but Rasquin not giving up much room here. This looks like here Smid may have gained a bit on him there. Oh, trouble there for back traffic there. Coming back around 2/10 of a second this time by. And now we've got Mirko Salemi working his way into the mix. Mirko Salemi, he's going to be sitting, now he's dropped back to the number 6 spot. Salemi, your top qualifier. A rough start for him and not the A-main here in the VRC World Championships he was hoping for at this point. With less than 6 minutes to go in this race, there's not going to be enough time, I don't think, unless something catastrophic happens to your front runners, for him to move back up into the top 3, but we'll see. Here comes Wiktor Smid in for pit stop number 3 at the 14:30 mark. He is in and out. A good pit stop there for Smid. So Rasquin there with the pit stop, a 20.9. So about a 6-second pit stop for him right there. Martin Wollanka in the 2 spot. Wiktor Smid in that 3 spot now. Matthias and Dribo. Here comes your race leader as he works his way on the left side. Is he coming in for fuel? Nope, goes on by. Back around here, his fast lap of the race, I believe a 13.9. Here comes Smid back around here. Smid, 15 minutes into this one, 5 minutes to go. Smid back into the infield. Coming back around the left side. Ross, trouble for Wiktor Smid. Smid loses the rear end into the infield. Grass section he goes. Pit stop number 3 for Rasquin. He's in and out. He's got a 0.6 of a second lead on Smid. There's Smid now. Smid is taking over the number 1 spot. So Wiktor Smid, after the pit stop, takes over the number 1 spot even after the mistake there. Wiktor Smid here playing a dangerous game with a little bit different pit strategy than these other drivers. Rasquin in the 2 spot, trying not to let him get out of his sight here. In the chase can we go. Down the front stretch into the big sweep on the right side, into that tight infield section. As you can see right here, you can see Smid just ahead of him, 0.5 of a second. All that separates them now, 16 minutes in, 4 minutes to go. Onto the right side, back to the infield here. Some slow-mo action. As you can see, these drivers cutting straight across the infield grass there. Back around to the front side here. That time by a 14.1 for Kevin Rasquin. Wiktor Smid, 0.5 of a second ahead. First, second, and third. Martin Wollanka is going to be 6.7 seconds back in third. Madribo 2.9 seconds back from him in fourth. Victor Logan in fifth. Salemi, Pirella, Cayley, and Gayson rounding out your field right now. Here is your race leader right now, Wiktor Smid, gaining another couple 0.1 of a second there on Rasquin. I tell you what, Wiktor Smid right now looks like he is on track for a possible World Championship win again here in 8-scale Nitro Sports Cars. Here's Martin Wollanka, that number 3 spot here. Time is winding down. Wollanka's fast lap of 13.8 on lap number 62. 17 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. We got 70 laps in the books. Right now we're looking at roughly an 83 lap race. Here comes Wollanka back around on the left-hand side here. Wiktor Smid out front, 0.7 of a second ahead of Kevin in second, Martin in third, Matthias in fourth, Victor in fifth. 2:30 to go here in this one, 2:30. Wollanka down the front stretch onto the right-hand side here. Coming back through the infield section once again, still 7 seconds back. Trouble there for Martin Wollanka. Wollanka catches the curb again, spins it back around, a good save for him. He's able to hold on to that number 3 spot. However, he's going to drop even further back to 8.2 seconds from first and second. Here comes first and second now. Kevin Rasquin. Rasquin taking over the number 1 spot now. Wiktor Smid has to make a 4th and final pit stop. Tough luck there for Wiktor Smid. Smid looking strong out front, but a little bit off on the pit strategy. The extra pit stop there for Wiktor Smid. I don't believe Rasquin's going to have to pit again. As they come back around here, Smid, he's got time to make up here and only a minute 30 to do it. Here comes Smid back around, 21.2 with the pit stop, a 14.1 that time by. He's now only 1.1 seconds ahead of Martin Wollanka and 6.8 seconds back from Rasquin. Rasquin could be looking at a World Championship win here. A minute 20 to tell. There is Mirko Salemi going another lap down to Wiktor Smid. A tough race for Salemi, your top qualifier. Back around here, following our race leader. Qualified in the number 2 spot, worked his way up to the front after a hard-fought battle with Wiktor Smid and Martin Wollanka. Back around on the right-hand side, less than a minute to go now. Through the center section once again, Wiktor Smid is going to be 7.1 seconds back. Right now, Rasquin, all he's got to do is keep this car going in a straight line, keep it out of the grass, and he should be able to wrap this one up. 40 seconds to go. Here's Martin Wollanka. Wollanka in the number 3 spot. He's only 0.9 of a second back right now from Wiktor Smid. Madriba only 1.7 seconds back from him. So some very close racing here. 30 seconds to go on the clock. Wollanka back around down the front stretch. 0.4 of a second back now from Wiktor Smid. 15 seconds to go here. This is going to be the final lap. Here they come back around. Here comes Smid now. Oh, Smid! Catching the inside curve, just about loses it there. Time is going to expire. Ladies and gentlemen, your world champion, Kevin Rasquin, taking the win here in this one. Coming around for that number 2 spot, Wiktor Smid, and coming around for third, Martin Wollanka. What a race right there. Congratulations to Kevin Rasquin, our 2024 8-scale Nitro Sports Car World Champion.